Hey guys, what's up? This is RyGuyGaming here today with more Batman Arkham Knight. So yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I uploaded the first one twice. That's because for some reason when I did the first one, they didn't have my render settings were all jacked up, and for some reason my movies wouldn't render at 60 frames a second, and it was making me mad. But I got it all sorted out, and I re-uploaded it as a 60 frame per second, and so now it's all good. And then the second part just went up today, and that should be at 60 frames, so it's all good. I hope you guys are enjoying this series so far. Let me know down in the comments. And today we're just going to continue. So right now we're just following these tire tracks. So I'm going to skip ahead to when we take out the bomb. Alright, so let's put this little bat thing on the bomb and take out some tanks. I was thinking about streaming today since I have a little extra time, so we'll see how that goes. And I'm sorry my commentary kind of died off at the end of the last video. I had been recording for like 3 hours straight, and it's hard to think of things to talk about when you've been going for when you've been talking to yourself, when you've been talking to the microphone for 3 hours. And so hopefully my commentary will be a little more lively today. You know, there is kind of like a big plot hole in this game. I know the Arkham Knight doesn't want Batman to hold back, but if he really just wants to kill him, why doesn't he just get manned tanks? Like, if he just had tanks with dudes inside of them, Batman wouldn't touch them, because as far as I can tell, his car isn't really equipped to deal with tanks with people inside, because if he blows them up, he'd kill the people. And so it doesn't really make sense. On the Arkham Knight's part, I forgot what I was doing. I have to keep tracking these things. But it really doesn't make sense on the Arkham Knight's part to have manned or unmanned tanks when Batman can take them out just fine, because he doesn't have to worry about killing nobody. But yeah, I'm gonna skip ahead to more interesting stuff again. Alright, so now we're on our way to go raise this bridge here so we can get the Batmobile onto the island so we can look for Oracle. So we have to go fly over here and do a Predator encounter, and hopefully we will keep up our no death streak this episode. I'm not terribly optimistic for not dying for this whole playthrough, because I have yet to make a playthrough where I don't die at least once. And usually I die to really stupid stuff, especially in Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, where I played them so many times. Like, I'll die to like a glitch, or I'll die to someone like seeing me when they probably shouldn't have or something. And sometimes I will die legitimately. Like, it's not just, I'm not blaming all my deaths on cheap stuff, but sometimes there is a pretty cheap death. That guy's too close to the drone. But this guy should be good to take out. Oh, he saw us. Good thing. Wait, why does he see us? Did he like shout? Gosh dang it. Alright, looks like we're on like half health again. Can I not get out of here? The floor grates really? Oh, okay, here's a grapple up. But will this like take me outside, or will it put me on the gargoyles? I hope it puts me, okay, good. Because I don't have anything right now to take out the drone. I mean, I can batarang it, but that doesn't do anything. At least I don't think it kills it. I think it just knocks it around a little bit.
I'm in control. Get used to it.
So I think the best course of action would be to try to take out the drone controller.
Nothing to report. Nothing here. I think. God, where is he? I mean, nothing here. Okay, just hold it together.
Let's get this guy, and then we'll go grab the drone guy.
What's that? Get over here. I found someone. He's injured.
Because they're all distracted with that guy. That's good. Alright, now the drone is down. That's good.
Guys out cold.
So now I don't have to worry about taking guys out.
Nothing we can do here. Spread them. Our drone controller's not responding. We should check it out. Stay low, keep quiet, and take them out one by one, right? Not today. Team up. Watch each other's backs.
I hate it when Arkham Knight tells them to team up. That makes it harder. But we'll take this guy.
Let's be quick. Hey, what happened to you?
We'll go underground just in case they saw that. Could I get this guy? Yes, I can. Uh-oh. Okay, good. He's going up there. I was worried for a second.
Got another. We're losing control of this. Everybody fan out.
Alright.
We still have
So,
this isn't like the drills.
this is going pretty good. Sorry I'm going so slow. I just really don't want to die. Normally I would probably be done with this one by now, but it's kind of a little bit more intense when you're on camera. You gotta do less stupid stuff. Oh, you just mined the gargoyle. Wreck these guys. I feel like Batman should have broken his legs jumping on top of that one guy, but whatever. And then we will simply batarang this guy. He didn't go down. Oh, yes he did. Dang it.
He's over there.
Oh my gosh. I didn't think he was on the ground. It was hard to tell because of the detective mode. So I thought he was still standing up. So that's why I flew away. That would have been embarrassing if he turned around and shot me. Oh no. This is the part where Riddler gives us garbage.
I almost forgot. You don't really believe old Jimbo's gonna forgive you if you save her. You grudge bats. I should know.
Alright, looks good.
Riddle me this.
Yes, yes. So, normally you have to stare at this, but if you jump off of the building, it doesn't make you stare at it, and you can start heading on over to the orphanage. Which is nice.
I know. It's because of what will happen to his feline friend if he doesn't get here in time. Shocked, Dark Knight? Stunned? You didn't expect this, did you? That is because you are no match for me, Edward Nygma, the Riddler, and your intellectual superior. Did you think I would just forget our last meeting?
Oh, that's a helicopter. Whoops. I thought that was a drone. I was gonna try to land on
It
it.
is utterly impossible. You cannot do it. I have won already. I will mock your attempts to solve my conundrums. I will stand triumphant over your bloodied corpse. And as the dim light fades for good in your tiny dullard's mind, your final thought will be how I have bested you. Come to the orphanage, detective, or she dies.
Do the Riddler informants ever charge at you? Cause that would kinda suck, to be honest. Cause like, all you could do is jump over them. You couldn't even take care of them like the normal way.
Has Catwoman. I don't know what it. Why? I ain't gonna. I do.
One punch, fools. How hard would you have to hit someone to knock them out in one punch? That's freaking insane.
Batman? That had better be you. And you...
Keep still.
Ah, both contestants are finally here. Tonight, folks, we've got riddles galore. But first, let me introduce my beautiful assistants.
So,
I'm growing tired
this
of
is something that I like, is how
I can scrape
they kind of went away from the
underbelly.
Catwoman story of Arkham City, because those were always like the boringest parts for me. I would actually uninstall the Catwoman pack sometimes because I would get sick of her parts of the story. And I feel like if there were other characters besides Catwoman, I would have got bored of their parts as well. So I think they're better as like a separate thing. I don't think they should be tied into the main game like Catwoman was in Arkham City. But stuff like this is fine, where you just do like a team battle. I don't mind this at all, just like switching characters to kick butt, like that's totally fine. But I think... Oh, you can't ground pound the robots, what am I doing? But like, yeah, I just didn't really like the Catwoman sections. Look at my cape. Go down, there we go. See
I'll
ya.
be back soon.
You'll be back. Don't keep me waiting.
Sorry, I will keep you waiting. Because it's time to go help out
I'm heading to
Oracle.
Mercy Bridge to pick up the trail on the Arkham Knight's vehicle.
Miss Gordon's safety is on all of our minds, sir. Good luck.
See you later,
Or the incompetent
Catwoman.
friend who got herself kidnapped. Personally, I go see Eddie's latest contrived death conference.
Oh, cool. We just marked one of those dead guys on the map. I didn't even try.
Save all of Barbara. I killed half of her already.
I really like to go like this and like, oh dang it, I didn't do it good. And like glide along the water. That was actually like a Riddler thing in Arkham City, and it was hard. I remember it took me, because Arkham City was the first game where you could like free glide, and so it was kind of difficult to like lower yourself directly over the water. They made it a lot simpler to control your glide in this game, and that's mostly because you can get better air and stuff, so that kind of increases your speed and mobility, which is nice.
What's with all the rain?
Where the heck's my car?
Don't look so stupid with that
Didn't I like park it right here? Oh, there it is. Come here, call.
Alfred, I'm at the bridge.
One moment, sir. I should probably warn you, there's a significant...
I'm gonna jump it. Come on.
Duly noted.
I managed to access the files Miss Gordon was working
Shut up, Alfred. I want to jump the bridge.
She found a weakness in the drone, sir. A direct hit from the Vulcan gun on their sensor array should destroy them.
Woohoo! I just jumped all the tanks, boys. Do these missile drones take 2 hits if you haven't upgraded your gun? That's frustrating. That's gonna take some getting used to. I've always upgraded the cannon by now, so I'm not used to that.
He's moving onto Miyagani Island. Not now, Sergeant. Establish roadblocks. Lock the island down.
I don't think I'm gonna skip this part because I'm pretty sure you meet quite a few tanks on your way to the Oracle part, so just in case we do meet any tanks, I'm just gonna keep... Yeah, I can see some on the map already. They're ready for you. Wow, I missed.
Rattler down.
Wrecked. Uh-oh.
Got him.
Dang it. Where the heck's the one over there? Oh, there he is. That one is far away. I think I got him though.
Drone unit in Kingston is down.
Alright, let's keep a move on. The Arkham Knight is a worse driver than I am. He's like swerving all over the road, crashing into stuff like this. Look, he totally cut this corner. What the freak was he thinking? Don't mind me, boys. They don't even notice.
Taking you down.
I don't know if you guys are young or old enough to remember, but like, I was listening to the Croc soundtrack. When I was a kid, there was this game called Croc, Legend of the Gobos on the PlayStation 1. I was listening to the soundtrack. That is one of the most amazing soundtracks for a game I have ever heard. Just go listen to some of it. Like, it's incredible. It's kind of jazzy and like it's really scenic. Like, I love it a lot. It was great to listen to it again. I love to fire up the old PlayStation emulator and play old games and just listen to the music. It's great.
Looks like the driver wasn't with
Alright, I'm gonna skip this story part, so just a sec. You know what I was thinking a couple things while I was doing that. First of all, I love the Bat computer crime scene reconstruction thing, because in this game it actually makes sense. It never really sat right with me or made sense in Arkham Origins, because that game is supposed to take place before Arkham Asylum. Why would Batman have worse crime scene investigation tools in the future than he did in the past? And so that's why I thought a couple of Arkham Origins innovations were silly, and that's why most of the time Origins stories don't really work, because you don't have really any room to grow. Because if you try to, you better make sure that the stuff isn't better than what you already have, or else it's stupid. So I think that's one area where Arkham Origins kind of failed, but other than that, it was a great game. Jeez, there are a lot of tanks here. These aren't even like part of a level, they're just like Roman tanks. That should even it up a little. I mean, it's not like these are like hard tanks, but still. And this one.
We just took out the drone unit in Grand Avenue.
Oh yeah, and so the other thing I was thinking about while I was doing that is I was thinking like, dang, I really want to play Star Wars Battlefront 2. And I am not talking about EA's cash grab piece of crap. I'm talking about the old Battlefront 2, where there was actually fun and gameplay. Like, road rage. I love that game. Me and my brother would play that game. Why do I have no objective? I'm like trying to find out where the heck to go. But me and my brother would play that game for hours. And it was a lot of fun. And it's actually on Steam. It's just like $10 and I don't have $10 laying around right now. So if any of you guys want to play with me, just buy me a copy and I'll play with you and feature you in a video. Just kidding, I can't ask you to do that. But yeah, that game is so much fun. If you have never played it, just look it up. I'm sure there's plenty of YouTubers that play that for nostalgia purposes, and I'm sure many of you have played it. But like,
Those who weren't really
that kind of leads me into something else I've been wanting to talk about for a while. I'll probably make another video on this, just like a let's talk, because I've been wanting to talk about this for a while, and that is the state of like the video game market or culture or whatever you want to call it. Like, it's getting pretty ridiculous. And so
Now, if there's anything else you need,
I don't know.
take it,
I think
Wayne.
the only time change happens is when, shut up, Batman, I'm trying to talk over you. The only time change happens is when people make it happen. And the problem right now is that the video game industry is loaded with unfinished games, buggy games, microtransactions, just all this garbage that should not be there. And it's getting absolutely ridiculous. And they just keep doing it. And you want to know why? Because people keep buying the games. They keep buying the loot crates, and they keep day one pre-ordering the games. The deluxe edition costs like $80. Freaking. And as long as people keep doing that, they're gonna keep selling it. And we're just gonna keep getting buggy games on day one. They don't even run. You have to have like a freaking 40 gigabyte patch to even have your game run. There's gonna be DLC on the disc that you have to pay for. It's just ridiculous. And so the only way that that's gonna change is if people stop buying the stuff. But sadly, it's not likely that's gonna happen because people can't wait. Like, seriously, the last game, sorry, I had to itch my eye, I wasn't pausing to make a point. But the last game I pre-ordered was Shadow of Mordor on the Xbox 360. That was like, what, 2013, maybe 14? Maybe 15, I don't remember, but it was a long time ago. And I got it on the Xbox 360, and because I pre-ordered it, I got some pre-order content. But guess what? I could not even enter the codes for my pre-order content on the first day that it came out because they hadn't like set it up that way yet. I paid money. I paid the $60 so I could have the game on the day it came out, and I couldn't even use what they promised me. Like, that's how ridiculous stuff like this is. And Shadow of Mordor was a great game after they patched it a billion times. And that's how it is pretty much with every game. Like, for example, like Assassin's Creed Origins right now. Like, at least, I don't know about how it is on the console. I haven't seen anything. But I know on the PC right now, it's pretty much abysmal. Like, did I invert the... Dang it. Sorry. For some reason, I have to invert the battering controls or else I just can't fly this thing. But... because like Origins on the PC right now, you have to run like 5 programs on top of the game. Where the heck is that hole in the wall? But you have to run like 5 programs on top of the game itself, so it just eats your CPU like nobody's business. And so I need to come over here. Oh, okay, there it is. I'm an idiot.
There's star-crossed, Patsy.
And so
Like me and you.
yeah, it's just ridiculous because it eats your CPU. And even if you have like a high-end computer with a good CPU, not a lot of CPUs can run it because they're running it freaking 100%, trying to keep all the copy protection software going, and it's just ridiculous. And so, Joker, please shut up. And so, yeah, the state of it all is pretty sad right now. But back to my main point, please, for the sake of everyone and for yourself, don't pre-order games. Let developers know that we won't buy stuff until it's complete. And don't buy the loot crates. Don't give into the gambling garbage. Like, I understand pay to win. Like, if that's how you get your jollies, fine. But why would you pay for a chance to win? That doesn't make sense to me. Like, oh, if you pay $20, you might get a hero on freaking Battlefront 2, or maybe you won't. Maybe you'll just get screwed. And like, it's just frustrating that people keep giving into the hype of games, and I don't think yeah, it's just silly. And like I said, I'll probably talk more about that in another video, but I feel like it just needed to be said, because even this game, I'll bet plenty of people pre-ordered it on Steam. When it first came out on the PC, you couldn't even run it. It didn't matter. You could have like the freaking supercomputer, like 1,000,000 cores, all at like 1,000,000,000 gigahertz, and like it was just crappy optimized. You couldn't even run it. And it's just because everyone keeps giving them all their money. Luckily, they fixed it, but they didn't have to. Once you give them their $60, why should they have to fix anything? They already got your money. They could just like retire and go live on an island. Not really. It's not like they get rich off this kind of stuff. Because that brings up something else I want to talk about. This video is going to have a lot of stuff I want to talk about in it. I ain't going to beat you down. I'll just end you now, boy. But here's another thing I want to talk about. And I'll probably make even another video on this. And I'm sorry, I'm just rambling. But I don't want this to be like the last episode where I wasn't really saying much near the end. Or depending on how I cut this up, maybe it was 2 episodes ago. But another thing is, don't. I'm in college right now and I'm studying computer science. And if you ask like probably over half the kids in my class what they want to do with their degree, they'll tell you game development. Do not be a game developer. I don't care how much you love video games. I feel like almost... I mean, I guess it could be a job for somebody, because there is something for everyone. But my problem with it is, it's just like the crappiest job you could have. I mean, it sounds like fun, right? You get to make and play video games. You get to see your dream come to life. But let me tell you something, to be honest, your idea that you have in your head for a game probably sucks, and probably no one would play it. But you probably think it's like the most innovative thing since freaking like Tetris. But I can almost guarantee that it ain't. Get out of the way for this guy. And the thing is, a lot of people have that game idea and they think, oh, I'm gonna go like work at Ubisoft and we're gonna make Assassin's Creed 26 where you're a freaking space assassin and you're like assassinating aliens from the Aliens movie, and on top of that you're gonna like be able to go and like team up with Master Chief and destroy the freaking Covenant with, I don't know, but you know what I'm saying, right? Not only would you run into a ton of copyright issues with that game, but you would also not happen ever. And because let me tell you the real things about game development. Now, I've never been a game developer, but I have read up on it and I've studied this topic a lot, and I feel like I know a fair amount, so take my credibility, take my credibility as you will. Maybe just ignore this next part or whatever, but please, if you're thinking about being a video game developer, at least listen to this. So the main thing about being a game developer is job stability like doesn't exist. you could lose your job at like any minute. Let me give you an anecdotal evidence for this. So for example, there was supposed to be a video game tie-in for The Dark Knight, like the one with Joker and everything, and I feel like people would have loved it, you know, because everyone loved that movie, and like the Joker was cool, and everyone would be like, oh yeah, I would totally play a video game like that. But there was a lot of problems in production, and basically because of poor planning and poor time management and everything, the game never rolled out. And the studio that was in charge of it was a great studio. They're the ones that came up actually with the original they're the ones that developed the original Battlefront games. But on Christmas, the same year that The Dark Knight came out, they went out of business because they couldn't afford to keep going after their Dark Knight game sunk dead in the water. They went out on Christmas. Like, how crazy is that? And like, I've heard so many stories, and there are so many examples of game companies that go out of business. It is just not a stable job. One day you could have a job, everything's looking great, and then your whole company tanks, and you just lose all your job, and you have to go job hunting, which could take months. Like, who knows where the heck is this soldier?
The driver is
Oh, there he is.
Knight, but he'll know where I can find him.
I'll have to get him out from under his car randomly. But I can't skip this, so I'm gonna skip ahead real quick. But yeah, just what I'm trying to say. Be careful when you're considering doing game development. The tire isn't even on its head, glitchy crap. But there isn't very much job stability, and the other thing is you work long hours, and it's just not a luxury job. A lot of people have a lot of fantasies about it, and they aren't the case. And so that's all I'm gonna say about it for now. I'd like to make another video on it someday when I'm not playing a game, so I can get my thoughts better together. But next time you think you want to be a game developer, go research it for a while. Go on to Quora.com. That's Quora, and like ask a question there. It's kind of like Yahoo Answers for smart people. But go ask a question about it there, and they'll tell you like it's not the best thing in the world. Or go talk to a computer science professor, and they'll probably tell you what's up about it. Like, it's just that. But I've talked too long about it. That's all I'm gonna say about it in this video. I'm sorry that I went off on like 2 long tangents in a row. I've just been wanting to talk about those for a while now, and I felt like now is the best time because I couldn't really think of anything else to talk about while I'm playing this game. Because so far it's just been a heck of a lot of story and not that much challenge. So, oh crap.